We have to take a step back in time to the 1950s, early 1960s in the Pacific off the coast of West Vancouver. And out there, about 20 minutes out, you find a little island called Bowen Island. And back in those days, the Fraternity of the Eagles had started a fishing camp program for the blind, which ran for a number of years. The facility was purchased by the Lions Club in the 60s at a cost of $40,000 and then donated to CFB to be used in perpetuity. Its official designation is as a meeting, training, and recreation space for people who are blind, visually impaired, and deafblind. And there's a summer camp program, and I'll hear more about that in just a minute. And then jumping forward to 2002, it was being used far less for training than it was intended. And there was a lot of external events that were taking place there as more of a conference facility for non-blind people. And the neighbors got kind of tired of people parking all over the street because there's very low parking, all the noise, and they said we don't want a conference center in our backyard. So they went to the municipality of Bowen Island and said, hey, we don't want this. No problem with blind people. And we want them. So the municipality went back and they wrote up a document that said this property is primarily for the use of people who are blind, visually impaired, and deafblind. CFB signed it as the property owner at the time. But the unique thing about that is it runs with the land, meaning that any subsequent owner has to follow it. Now, in 2010, the Camp Bowen Society was formed as a response to CFB's intention to close that program out on Bowen, and early the next year, in 2011, the property was transferred to new ownership. Now, again, going back to the bit about the covenant, it runs with the land. These new owners had to follow that as well. And as far as the blind, visually impaired, and deafblind is concerned, they did what they could to help us out as a fledgling organization, to get our feet beneath us, and to be able to run that program. We need to fast forward then again to late 2015, early 2016, another change of ownership. Offshore foreign investment. They are playing the angle that the portion of the covenant that refers to people who are blind, visually impaired, and deafblind does not apply to them. And they wish to put in exactly what the neighbors always feared would happen. So, and what the blind community has been fearing since 2010. We've been in talks with the municipality now for over a year. The work is not done yet. The fact that it needs to be protected for the blind, visually impaired, and deafblind. It's the only place of its kind in Canada. Training is something that is definitely a priority in Canada right now for those of us who want to gain independence as the blind and deafblind.
I was born in Dawson Creek. I lived in Fort St. John for my high school years, and after that a little bit. It's up north. I saw very few blind people. I saw a few. It's not that they don't exist up there, but there's very few of them. And so, you know how it is in high school. I mean, blindness and also for me, shyness and other things. I felt so different, like from other people. I knew I wasn't different. I didn't really think I was different, but I felt like everyone saw me as different. Going to Camp Bowen, I met people, and all of a sudden I wasn't different, at least, not for being blind. I suddenly was normal, because everyone is blind. And just having that chance to meet a bunch of people, also being from a smaller town, not that it's tiny, but it's sort of. Being from a smaller town, just getting to meet people from different, like, walks of life, different backgrounds, it really opened my world a little bit, you know. It was fascinating to me and kind of scary meeting all these different types of people. And it's really the people. It's that chance to connect with people, right? Now that blind people are running it, it's a much more focused thing of we want blind people to be treated with dignity, and we want a place where people can come and just be themselves and meet people and ask questions and you know, do some fun activities, hopefully learn some things too. You know, we've done technology sessions and things like, so hopefully learn some skills and get some, you know, meet people.
Communities like Bowen Island are unique. Blind people are just treated as regular people. Mm-hmm. More than 55 years of blind people going to that community in large numbers, and it's made a cultural change because people there just respect you for who you are. And I think that's something in and of itself that needs protecting. We also are about to, we've just launched our initiative to develop a live-in residential program that we hope to get off the ground in that community as well, to complement our summer camps, so for the other months of the year. And that is, that would be for teaching independent living skills. So it goes back to what I said earlier about dignity and training and trying to actually make that a reality for blind Canadians.
What does that mean? What is Camp Bowen all about?
Well, it's a lot of things. It started as it's a group of campers who were not willing to let the CNIB Camp Bowen program go when CNIB didn't want to let it go. And I didn't start with the organization, but I joined, was that about 2 years ago now? Mm-hmm. Because I was a camper there, and I mean, it impacted my life a lot because just a place you can go and meet other people who you know are also blind and so have had some of the same experiences. I mean, different ones too, but.
So we've been working, going back to the covenant, we've been working on enforcement. One of the biggest things that we've found as a tool is letters of support that we can then take and show this is important. It's important to protect it specifically for the blind, visually impaired, and deafblind. As Oriano said earlier, our rights are not handed to us, but they must be fought for in a lot of cases, and this is one of them. And so I would encourage anyone here who's willing to help with this issue, whether it be through a letter of support or some other means, to get in touch. We do have a website, Camp Bowen, that's BOWEN.ca, as well as we're on social media, on both Facebook and Twitter, and we can't be reached by phone, and that's 1-844-MY-BOWEN. So that's 1-844-692-6936. We definitely can use all the strength in numbers that we can get, and together we can actually fight this issue and ensure that this remains for generations to come. And to be built to live up to its expectations for training and camps.